I stood in the hallway outside my son's bedroom, clutching a laundry basket to my chest, pretending not to hear what he just said. "She's too dumb to know, Dad." I heard the laugh that followed, my son's laugh. And my heart cracked. He was on the phone with his friend again. I didn't catch every word, but I didn't need to. I already knew the tone. Mocking. Superior. The way he always sounded these days when he talked about me. Me. His mother. I backed away from the door and went downstairs. The house felt colder than usual tonight, and not just because winter was finally pushing through the cracks of our old home. It's hard to explain what it feels like to raise a child, love him with every ounce of yourself, and then, hear him talk about you like that. Like you're nothing. Maybe he thought I didn't understand, because I never fought back. I never told him I heard. I never defended myself when he rolled his eyes at me, or muttered under his breath when I stumbled over something simple like using the TV remote. I was just Mom. Too quiet. Too soft. Too dumb to know. But he was wrong. So wrong. The next morning, I woke up before dawn, like I always did, and packed his lunch. Turkey sandwich, orange, the little bag of chips he liked. My hands worked on autopilot while my mind wandered. After he left for school, I pulled out the old shoebox from the top of my closet. It had been years since I'd opened it. Inside were pieces of a life I'd left behind when I became just Mom. Degrees. Medals. Newspaper clippings. A photo of me in a cap and gown, smiling like the world was mine. I'd worked 2 jobs through college to put myself through. Earned top of my class in business. Got recruited right out of school by one of the best firms in the city. I was headed somewhere. Then, his dad walked out. And I stayed. Worked nights at the grocery store. Babysat on weekends. Whatever it took to keep food on the table for my son. I never told him what I gave up. Never made him feel guilty. Because that's what moms do, right? We give. But maybe I'd given too much. Maybe I'd let him forget who I was before he came along. Who I still was, under the quiet. That afternoon, while he was at basketball practice, I walked into the community center and signed my name on the list for their business mentorship program. They still remembered me there. By the end of the week, I had a consulting contract with a local startup. By the end of the month, I was working full-time again. It felt good, more than good, to sit at a desk, feel my mind hum with ideas, see people respect me when I spoke. My son didn't notice at first. But he noticed the night he came home and saw me at the dining room table, laptop open, papers spread out. What's all this? Work, I said simply. He frowned. Like, real work? Yes, I said. And I smiled. It didn't change him overnight. He still rolled his eyes sometimes. Still muttered things under his breath he thought I couldn't hear. But he also started asking me questions. About business. About how to handle a problem he was having with a group project at school. I helped him draft an email to his teacher one night, and when he read it back he said quietly, "That's really good." And when he turned to leave, I heard him whisper under his breath. I didn't know she could do that. Weeks later, I was dropping him off at a friend's house when I heard him say it again. "She's too dumb to know," he told his friend, smirking. But this time. He added, "that she's smarter than everyone else in the room." Then he laughed. But not the same cruel laugh as before. This one was softer. Warmer. Like he was proud. That night, I pulled the shoebox out again and tucked it back into the closet. Not because I needed to prove anything anymore. But because I already had. I'd quietly taken back what was mine, my strength, my voice, my self-respect, without ever raising it at him. Because kindness doesn't mean weakness. And selflessness doesn't mean invisibility. I still get up every morning and pack his lunch. I still smile when he calls me Mom with that exasperated tone only teenagers can master. But sometimes now, I catch him looking at me when he thinks I'm not paying attention. And in his eyes, I see it. A little bit of awe. A little bit of respect. And maybe even a little bit of love. Because no one is ever too dumb to know. And it's never too late to remember who you are.